Well, hello there. And this is Auntie. Woo! And I am here for a segment of Auntie Say It Isn't So, Auntie Say It Isn't So. Treasure or trash? Who is the liar up in this hizzy?
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Everybody needs
with a whoop whoop and a boop boop
auntie
boop.
that everybody
You can't make this up.
Now, you know that these are some crazy motherfuckers.
needs. Everybody needs a sweet old auntie.
So why even bother?
Aunties and lies, sweet old auntie. Aunties that way. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back. Thank you all so much for waiting. Thank you for your comments. Oh my God, y'all were ready. Yes, y'all were. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for joining the family. To my nieces and nephews and my members who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued, and I mean continued support. Y'all, we're going to be talking about some things that are a little controversial tonight. I'm hoping that you all buckle up and get ready. There may be some things that I say tonight that some of you all do not like. And you may not agree with. But let's just start off in the beginning, making a decision and an agreement that we will disagree respectfully, especially in the comment section. Okay, I want you all, this is a live video. I love being live, but I want everybody to make an attempt when stating your case or your argument in this particular subject matter, that you all please do so respectfully in the comment section. That will help my moderators out tremendously, because over here they tend to snatch wigs because we like to have an environment that is peaceful and that gives everybody an opportunity to talk freely and honestly in the comment section. Don't hold back on what you have to say now, but but just make sure that it is respectable. Okay, I promise you all that my eyeshadow is not this color, but because I had this green screen on, it is coming off metallic-y and some more stuff, right? So please excuse the hue of metallic up on my eyes. Okay, all righty, all right, okay. So we all have been seeing some shenanigans, some la going on with Tiffany and Ronald over the last couple of days. And I have sat my back up against the wall because on 4th of July, I went out and I partied so hard that I lost my voice. So if my voice goes in and out, I apologize in advance. I partied so hard, y'all, singing and funning and drinking. Okay, yes, your auntie does get her a little nip and a sip from time to time. But if my voice goes in and out, it's because I'm still trying to recover from losing my voice from having such a great time over the 4th of July. So I'm back. Okay. Um, so as I said, we all have seen a lot of things that have been going on between Tiffany and Ronald On the last episode that I reviewed concerning Tiffany and Ronald, I really went in on Tiffany, right? Because I felt like, she had some expectations of her husband that I believed, in my opinion, were unreasonable, right? And so, as a result of that, I was dragging her for filth, and somebody told me, back up off of her, let her go, Auntie, let her go. And eventually I did let her go. Now I'm going to preface this by saying that Ronald is not absent of fool la la. He is not absent of acting a fool out here on these Instagram streets. And I don't want anybody to think that, okay? This will be a judgment zone. I don't mind you all judging in the comment section. Okay. Because I'm absolutely going to be looking at this and discussing this from my perspective, what I think about this particular situation. When we met Tiffany and Ronald some years ago, we met Tiffany as an insecure individual. Tiffany, of course, as we all know, had some issues. She was a single mom with a son and living, from pillar to post. Basically, she indicated that she didn't even know she was pregnant, okay, until she got to the hospital and delivered. Now, maybe I'm getting the story wrong, y'all. Let me know down in the comment section. But when we met her under not so good conditions. Tiffany decided that she was going to take a trip to South Africa. And when she got to South Africa, she picked Ronald. At that time, Ronald was a gambler. He was, allegedly a drug addict and some more. But this was the man that Tiffany picked. So automatically from the giddy up, in my opinion, her picker was off. Her picker was absolutely off from the giddy up. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. No doubts about it whatsoever. You don't go from having to take care of your son by yourself. At that time, I believe she said she was living from pillar to post with her mama as a grown woman with a child. That happens quite frequently to people, so we weren't judging that, but we was judging when she went to South Africa and she decided to pick up this man. Now, as we got to know Tiffany and Ronald over the course of time, Tiffany, was very paranoid with Ronald because he was in and out of a prison allegedly. He was, still battling a lot of demons. She was battling insecurity, overweight, being overweight and all of that kind of stuff. She had her own demons and crosses to bear. And so, we kind of, looked at Tiffany like, what the hell is going on with this woman? Ronald wasn't prepared for anything, but fatherhood was dropped into his lap because neither one of them, in my opinion, took the precautions that they needed to prevent an unwanted pregnancy. And they decided that they were going to get married, despite what her family and friends thought about it. She decided that this was the man for her. But when we met Tiffany and Ronald and we began to explore their relationship in South Africa, it was very apparent to all of us that Tiffany and Ronald did not have a lot of money, although they had a lot of dreams about what they wanted to do in their relationship and the kind of life that they wanted to build. They ended up moving to Africa and living in a not so safe environment. The apartment building, just it seemed like it was on the wrong side of town. And because of that, Tiffany, did not really want to move back to South Africa because she was raising a son. Um, excuse me one second, y'all. You okay? Okay. So she was, going through all the little rigmaroles with, this relationship and trying to find some kind of stability. She ended up coming back to the United States, and with the promise and the expectation that Ronald was going to be moving here with her. In a lot of the relationships that we see on 90 Day Fiance, it is assumed by many people that the person wants to come to the United States and get the green card. With Ronald, we did not see that this season. What we saw with Ronald this season is that Ronald wanted her and the children to stay in South Africa. We saw him, vaping and everything with a lawyer, and on Skype, and really being nonchalant about the situation. Come to find out that it appears that the lawyer was basically a pseudo lawyer or a acting lawyer. I don't know the details of it, but I can only assume, based on some things that Ronald has said, that this lawyer was not the real deal. And so now we come to today. So the other day, while your auntie was struggling with laryngitis, okay, Ronald began to take to Instagram, both him and Tiffany, to put some little things out there about one another, right? They out there at this point slinging mud against and with each other. And of course, the eyes of everybody is looking, at least those who follow them. I'm going to be reading to you all an article from In Touch Weekly. And then we're going to break down some things that we also saw on a fellow YouTuber's channel that I want to discuss as well, because they took to a YouTube channel to discuss this situation in detail, and I found some loopholes. Now, I don't know how many loopholes you all found in the conversation, but I found a lot of them. The main loophole, or the main thing that I have noticed, and I want you all to ponder that as we go through and talk about this situation, is that unless Tiffany is forced to tell the truth, she will not tell the truth. She's a runner, she's a track star from the truth. Okay? She's a runner, she's a track star. Thank you for your permission, Lisa. I was just looking for some confirmation and say, go ahead on with it, Auntie. So I'm going to read from In Touch Weekly. I will provide the link to the article in the description box so that you all can click on that. I'm going to be basically skimming through some of this stuff, right? Okay. Okay, so somebody said, she balls outline. Okay. So, according to In Touch Weekly, they put an article out today that says 90 Day Fiance Tiffany and Ronald seemingly split again amid a allegations. Okay. And so it says that Tiffany Franco Smith and her husband Ronald seemingly split for a third time amid emotional allegations. The drama appeared to start on Saturday, July 3rd, which is their daughter's birthday. Ronald took to social media with a cryptic message that afternoon and disabled the comment section. And it said, in quotes, and that's true. No, none, zero words to say about today. Hashtag not surprised though. Hashtag no comment. End of quotes, he wrote. On Monday, July 5th, fans noticed that Tiffany also shared a snap where Ronald was cropped out. Although she initially denied there was any trouble in paradise, she said, in quotes, I cut him out of the picture because it's not a good picture of him. Not trying to insinuate anything. Relax, everyone. End of quotes. Tiffany, 30, wrote via Instagram stories before revealing the tension reached a boiling point on Tuesday, July the 6th. You think things are messy. They are about to get a whole lot messier. The mom of two, who also has a son from a past relationship, wrote. Tiffany went on to share alleged direct messages and emails that she says are from Ronald, in which the reality star allegedly said he only wanted to see the kids going forward and was done, in quotes, being together. You can say I'm cheating. You are the one lying about the visa. An email that she says he sent her reads, seemingly claiming she didn't file the paperwork to be his co sponsor or didn't follow through with the next requirements to get him to America from South Africa. In previous episodes, Tiffany asked her dad to co sponsor Ronald because she didn't make enough money at the time to support her spouse. Tiffany accused him of threatening her and blasted him for some more A in a separate Instagram post stories. Writing emotional A leaves scars that you'll never see, she added. I've gone through enough for a whole life together and I've had to stay quiet. Now, when I, saw this, and we're gonna continue to read. When I saw this, I just was like, "Girl, stop, girl, stop it." When we watched the show, okay, I ain't gonna say we. When I watched the show, the only person that I thought was being a out the mouth was her. He couldn't do and wouldn't do anything right. Nothing. She complained, dragged him for filth for everything he did. There was nothing that she appeared to be grateful for. Now, I'm not saying she got to go over there crawling on her knees, but from where the man came from when you first met him, Tiffany, he has made a marked improvement. This man thought enough about your family to go and build a room. No, the room was atrocious. It wasn't decorated the way it should have been or could have been, but he did the best that he could. Coming from where he was when you met him, slept with him, fell in love with him, stayed in Africa with him, and decided to keep a relationship with him. We, she was the picker. She picked Ronald. Nobody forced her to pick Ronald. Nobody told her to hang in there. This is something she decided to do. And now, because things are not working out quite the way that you think that they should, now you got a problem with what you did with him in the past and for him in the past, and you want to throw it up in his face. I have seen him hot tempered. I have seen him respond in a way that has not been loving. But I've also seen her respond in a way that's not loving. I've also seen her make threats about leaving and not staying. We have seen mutual combat. It takes two to tangle. And from what I'm seeing, it was mutual combat at best. Absolutely. She knew he didn't have a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of. She knew it. But yet and still, she wants to sit in an interview and indicate and talk about all the stuff she did for him. I brought you this. I paid for this. I did this. I did that. But guess what? That's what couples do when they're in loving relationships. When one is down, the other one picks the other one up. And whatever you do from the kindness of your heart, from the love that's in your heart, for the betterment of that person in your relationship, you don't keep an account of it. Y'all didn't hear me. You don't keep an account of it and throw it up in somebody's face and make somebody feel like they're indebted to you. If you loved me and you knew that I was broken down, busted, and disgusted, didn't have a pot to piss in nor a window to throw it out of, battling addictions, I can't stay. Let me tell y'all, if you all remember second season, when we met this girl was telling this man to page her every time he changed his drawers. Every time he moved somewhere, he had to report to her. These insecurities wasn't about him. These are insecurities about you. So I asked the question, I beg to ask the question again, trash or treasure? Got to fix these lashes, okay? Trash or treasure? Who's trash and who's treasure? We watched this season after season, episode after episode. She complained about everything. He has no experience being a father and he's there alone. Yet when she arrived, she thought that he was going to help her. And this is one of the things that I said in my review. And y'all said, let her go, Auntie, stop dragging her. But this is absolutely what I observed. I mean, come on, we all have been parents, okay? Or for those of us who are parents, first time parents. There were many things that I had no idea about as a mother who carried a child in my womb for 9 months. I knew there was a lot of things I didn't know. And thank God for my sister in law and the village of women who were around me who had already mothered children. They helped me grow up my daughter. My daughter is now a grown ass woman, and I still need those villages of people to help me mother my child. It's no shame in that. Some things come to us as mother instinctively, and some things we have to be taught. And I'm sure that she's going through the same thing. And she still, even though she's saying he ain't got a pot to piss in, she don't have a pot. She may got a window, her mama's window, or her, whoever helping her, but she ain't got a pot either. And we're going to talk about the pot that she doesn't have. We're going to talk about the pot she ain't got. Because see, you trying to bring a piece of D up over here. Okay, you want to bring a piece of D, but you got to get somebody else to pay for the D that you sleeping with. Y'all didn't hear me. You got to go to your daddy and ask your daddy, Daddy, can you pay for my D to come over here? I need you to co-sponsor my D because I don't make enough money for the D. So I need you to help me pay for the D. Then when the daddy said, okay, well, I can't pay for the D. But in this article, she gave another reason why, the daddy couldn't pay for the D. So, there's a contradiction or a lie there. I don't know which one, I'm just saying all these things are allegedly in my opinion. When the daddy couldn't pay for the D, allegedly, according to her, she asked a friend to pay for the D. But you want to talk about him, but you're not looking at you as a woman. If you know that you're struggling, you dragging on your knees to take care of your children, the last thing you need to be thinking about is paying for a D to get here and running to everybody to co-sponsor. These just my opinions and maybe some of yours. And there may be some people in here that don't like what I'm saying. It's okay. These are my opinions about what she decided as a public figure to put out here. She's on a show, being salaried and paid. And this is what she is deciding to do. But yet and still, you want him to be somewhere you're not? I got an issue with that. So I'm asking again, trash or treasure? Who's the liar here? Sometimes as women, We can lie to ourselves about the relationships that we're in. We can lie to ourselves. And some of us are what I call rescuers. We want to rescue people, but everybody can't be rescued, especially when you live in thousands of miles away. Sis, sis. And now you sitting out here looking like a raccoon under the eyes. Thank you so much, She Crab Diva, for the $20 super chat. She's getting an Angela makeover. Why she need him now? She's selfish AF. Okay? And you're talking about lack of money. You're talking about wanting to buy a house. You're talking about all of this stuff, but yet and still you getting this done. You got time today, boo. She's a runner. She's a track star. And then when the man kirk out, now you mad. Now you want to go out there and blast him and put posts out there of what he said, but ain't a damn post out there about what you said. I looked at Screen Rant. I looked at a Screen Rant. I looked at In Touch. Where are your posts? Because you know what? For every action, there's a reaction. For every tweet or text, there's a response. Where is yours? See, this is to me, in my opinion, when people do things like that, you're intentionally trying to drag somebody, but you're not telling your truth. Where's your truth in the midst of these text messages? And I ain't trying to bash the sister or bash him. I'm saying keep your relationship and your off the net. Thank you so much, Barbara, for the 4.99 super chat. Thank you, boo, for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Thank you, boo. I appreciate you and love you, boo. Ronald fired back by sharing a post on his stories, asking his social media followers for a lawyer in the United States so he could get advice and costing on a few things. The father of one has since spoken out in an Instagram live, alleging that she literally lied blankly in my face about the visa. She basically told me everything is submitted. Everything is done, boo. I'm going to be with my family soon, he claimed. He said, I found out she lied. I lost my And you know what? She says I treated her bad. Let me just calm down for a second because I'm so upset thinking she played me for a fool. And she literally made me believe I'm going to be with my family soon. She's complaining she's alone and she's doing everything by herself, but she lied about the visa. Literally, she lied. On a post in a video, she admitted that she lied. She gave two different reasons on why she lied. The first reason she gave was because his temper was so bad, she was afraid to tell him, girl, bye. As bodacious as you are, as outspoken as you are, you mean to tell me that you let this man intimidate you? Come on, stop it with stop. Then she indicated that she didn't tell him for another reason. What reason was that, Auntie? You got to remember what that second reason was. Because I'm just sitting. Okay, no, they got it in the article. They got it in the article. She said that the girl that is now paying for the D or co-sponsoring the D didn't submit the right paperwork. That her alleged passport was not included. Ronald indicated that he went and was asking her about this. She telling him everything good to go. She said, "My bad. I made a mistake." That's not a mistake. That's an intentional decision to lie. In my opinion. In my opinion. because you said that you didn't tell him, right? Let me explain what I mean by an intentional lie. She said she didn't tell him because she was afraid. So you intentionally did not tell him the truth because you indicated you were afraid. Afraid of what? Afraid of being truthful? Or afraid because the other stories and things that you promised this man and said to this man ain't lining up with this last thing. Now, on a live, this woman indicated that they have been taking cash advances from TLC, the both of them. Now, mind you, we know he broke. I mean, she reminds us of that every time. Remember, she indicated that he was broke because he didn't have anything in the refrigerator. She indicated that he was broke because when they went to the market, she had to put money in. On the last episode, she indicated that he was broke, but yet and still they went and spent all this money. But both of them, according to her, okay, she indicated that the staff can go to TOC before payment time and ask for an advance up to 50%. She indicated that the two of them did this, okay, that he got money, she got cash advances when I needed them, and we just spent the money like crazy. But yet and still, when the push comes to the shove and the shove comes to the push, now all of a sudden, he's the person that got the issues. No, you both had money issues. You both were not good stewards over the money. She indicated that she stayed over in South Africa because she was trying to work on your own. Oh my goodness, excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. Excuse me. Okay. My moderator extraordinaire is on the move and she is indicating that I am missing super chats. So I apologize. Let me see how much of them I can go back and get for you all. Okay, I apologize. I don't see them. I still don't see them. Um, this one is from Nene Girl. Thank you so much, Nene Girl, for the $5 super chat. She says he's no prize, but she's so negative, and she had her boy refer to him as dad from the jump. Absolutely. Then she belittles her son's father figure in front of him. Absolutely, Nene. Nene, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Girl, you just blessing me, aren't you? Tiffany's boy is more mature than either of them. Love you, Auntie. Love you too, Nene. Thank you so much, Brittany Lynn, for the $4.99 super chat. Totally agree with you, Auntie. She's just being cruel now because the kids and Ronald will be apart. It's a sad situation because she indicated that they both had gotten to the point where they were asking for so much money, cash advances from TLC that they ran out. She said that she stayed in there in Africa, right? Because she wanted to work it out. He said, no, tell the truth. Tell the truth. Well, I'm gonna say this, and this is the truth. He's gonna say whatever he wants to say. You shouldn't ever have to preface saying anything or answering anything by indicating what you assume someone else is going to say. Beloved, you shouldn't. He said the reason why she stayed is because, she was telling him that she was going to stay for the interview. She indicates that no, she stayed because they had a situation and she wanted to work it out, and that she, postponed her trip allegedly. And then after that, she got stuck because of the pandemic. Which one is it? He said he felt like he was being used and taken advantage of. When asked why did he believe that, he indicated because she had me sign a check. He says, tell him the story. So she begins down the story. This is according to her. She begins to tell the story that of all the cash advances that they were taking. And because they were down to the wire, she wanted him to sign some type of paperwork indicating that it was okay to release the money to her savings account. Because she said that we were buying motorcycles and all of this kind of stuff. And I thought that we needed to buy a home. At what percentage of the money being gone? At what percentage? And if you were saying that this was for the benefit of the two of you all living together, then why wouldn't you follow through with the visa? When he said, but you never did the visa never had any intention of doing the visa, and he connected that to that money, she said, what does that matter? It matters a lot because if you're taking that money, right? Because in a marriage, the money is community. The money is no longer my money, your money, it's our money. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know down in the comment section. So if you're going to buy a home, but you have no intention of him living here according to what you said, that you all were fighting so much and he did not need, you didn't want him here, that the problems were irreconcilable, then why would you take his money and have him invest in something for you? Was it for the benefit of the child? Never heard that. That would make sense if it was for the benefit of the child. If there was an agreement that he was not coming. See, you got to lay it all down on a line. You can't do a whole bunch of fool la la and then expect a person not to react. And I'm not I'm excusing him. I'm looking at her because I'm a woman. I ain't no man. I'm a woman. Maybe we talk to Bishop, Esquire, then we can find out what the legal ramifications are in divorce court with couples. But I don't know that part of the law, right? I don't know nothing about that. So I mean, hi, I'm a dummy when it comes down to that. But I thought that the property between married couples was considered community. Matter of fact, let me look it up because there ain't no need of me speculating or anything like that. Married people assets considered as. Absolutely. Community property states follow the rules that all assets acquired during the marriage are considered community property. Marital property in community property states are owned by both spouses equally 50-50. So any earnings or debts originating after this time will be separate property. So if she was buying a home that he wasn't going to live in as a husband, since she is indicating that the marriage is basically over, in my opinion, irreconcilable, not salvageable, then why would you buy community property with him? She was no more damn responsible with that money than he was. When you sit around and you let your spouse do something like that and you know you got two kids and you buy him a motorcycle when you know you got two kids, you allowing that kind of debt to occur in your marriage. Now, I ain't never been married by choice. but I've never been married. But I have been in long-term relationships. And trust and believe me, bitch, you're not buying a motorcycle when the baby got to eat. When the baby need a new pair of shoes. When rent is due. We're not buying. We are not buying a motorcycle. I am not going to enable that behavior. And who the fuck wants to be with somebody who got to check in, and clock out? He said every time he was going somewhere that he was giving his location. Y'all, we saw that in the first season, so we know that that's the truth. We know that anytime he went anywhere or he wiped his butt good, she wanted to know. We knew that. So when you sit there and you talk about the A word, that's holding somebody hostage, in my opinion. I can't do anything unless I'm talking to you, then I'm imprisoned in this relationship. I don't have free will. I don't have freedom because everything I do, I'm beholden to you. She's no more fiscally responsible than he is, in my opinion. Let's finish reading. The shocking claim made by both Ronald and Tiffany come on the heels of their life update in June. At the time, the happily ever after star confirmed she underwent weight loss surgery and said Ronald had been supporting her emotionally. How he doing, both? How he doing, Bob? How is he supporting you emotionally, but he done broke you down to nothing and you need therapy? Do y'all know that all of this time that they've been going through the problems in their relationship, that they have never saw counseling, that the only counseling, oh, excuse me, y'all. Do y'all know that the only time that they saw counseling was on the show? So your whole relationship was about the show, in my opinion, allegedly. These her words, not mine. These are not my words. She indicated that the only time that they saw counseling in this horrific relationship, according to them, which she alleges, according to this article in Touch Weekly, that he was mentally, and you didn't seek any counseling, but yet you want to come to the court of public opinion. You want us to do therapy, or do you want us to pick a side? She was in a video and was like, the things that I've been going through. He said, "Stop the crying, stop it." Dried up like. He said, "That's what she do. I've lived with her. I was married to her." All this man appears that he's asking for is the damn truth. And when you believe, according to her, he has been cheating. He indicated he won't cheat. But then he accused her of cheating. She indicated she won't cheat. What the hell is going on? He indicated that he wanted to still stay in contact with his son. But when she talks, she says, "my son." Look like a chess move to me, in my opinion. Somebody got a pawn on the table. because he has been introduced to that son and been calling him daddy for a long time. But when she talks about him, it's my son. And that's why video after video, when given the opportunity and appropriate, I talk about why women introduce their children to these people and let their children call these men daddy. And sometimes you have to look at the dad and at the man and say, you know what? I don't want to be called that until I've earned that. Because now he's her son. She regulates what he says to him. Now, some of the things that he said that he would have said to the boy was ignorant as dog. And he has no right to say that stuff to her son. But is it her son or their son? That's my issue. And that's my question. Whose child is it? He says that she said that she got angry with him because he said that she is to blame for him not seeing his children. I would have to agree because the custodial parent is the one who has control over visitation until visitation is granted in the courts. And so that's not a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with her, in my opinion. There's nothing wrong, in my opinion, of the custodial parent doing whatever is necessary to protect their children. She shouldn't have to make an apology or an excuse for that. If he's going to call, she alleged that he has said certain things to her child and she had to check him on it, check his ass. And I agree with her when she said that the calls need to be supervised because you on a rant, you on a roll, and you will not damage my child mentally or emotionally. Now I can ride with Tiffany on that. Because I be goddamn if you're going to say anything you want to say to my child. Just not going to be able to do it. So she says she wants to monitor his conversations with him. She's a custodial parent. She has a child. How many of us been there? How many of us been there? My whole thing is whatever you do, boo, you don't have to make an excuse for it to him. You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie to kick it. You don't have to lie to kick it. So why I'm sure that you think I'm bashing you. I'm looking at it from an outsider's perspective. My nieces and nephews who are in the comment section are looking at it from an outsider's perspective. You don't have to lie to kick it. You don't have to give him excuses for why you did what you did. If you decided that you made a decision that you didn't want to be with him, like he said, all you had to do was tell him. I don't give a damn how mad he get. What you gonna do? I'm thousands of miles from your ass. What you gonna do? In my opinion, that's where the mistake is. The mistake is in the lie. And oftentimes, as people, as human beings, we lie. You know, we tell little white lies and stuff like that. But when it comes down to kids and a family, you ain't got a lie to kick it. Just tell the truth about it. And let me say this, you don't have to stay with anybody because you got kids. Our parents did that in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s. They stayed together for the sake of the kids. And then they have these old fucked up kids who have watched the arguing and the bickering and the banter going back and forth and the police being called and all that kind of stuff. They watch all of that stuff, and that stuff has an imprint on their hearts and on their minds and on their, you don't have to. Tiffany, I'm talking directly to you. You do not have to feel pressure to stay with him because of the kids. If you want to get the fuck about this relationship, get out the relationship. If you believe that it's unhealthy for you, as In Touch has indicated in this article, let me go back and read the article because I want to make sure that I'm saying it's accurate. Hold on. Let me go to hell back up here. Hold on, y'all. Tiffany and Ronald seemingly split again amid allegations. So the allegations have been made. She indicated in an interview that she needed counseling. She needed counseling when she first met him because she's not a rehabilitation coach. She's not a rehabilitation therapist. Kids need happy minds and hearts can come from one. Absolutely. Don't stay for the kids because you damage them when you stay. Absolutely. If it's an unhealthy relationship for you, imagine being a child trying to process that. Children cannot process that much trauma. They can't process if you saying it's bothering you and you need therapy. What do you think they're gonna need? Boo, let me tell you, don't wait a minute, y'all. Fix my shirt. Don't feel pressured by anybody to stay in that relationship, Tiffany. You get out of it. And when you walk out of it, don't make no excuses for it. Because I didn't when I walked out of mine. No excuses was made. None. I picked my up, packed it up just as nice, got me another place, packed my child stuff up, and kicked rocks out that mother. And let them know that this is what's happening, Captain. And let them know in due time and in due season. Didn't hide it, was packing right up underneath his face. Because I know I ain't got a lot of kick in. And I ain't got a lot of leave. Many women in this particular in this audience have been through this. You ain't got to lie. You just tell them it's over. Point blank, period. I can't do it. I'm moving on with my life. And you don't happen to be in it. I made a mistake. I thought that this was what I wanted. And now that I've been in it for the last, what she say, 4, 5 years, I made a decision. This doesn't work for me. This is not the life that I've wanted for myself. Trash or treasure. Trash or treasure. Who's the liar here? And I think that they both lying to themselves and each other. That this relationship was viable. Mm-mm. In my opinion, on the outside looking in, it never was a viable relationship. It never was what you thought it was. Never what you thought it was. And it's okay to say, making an assessment or a reassessment and say, this isn't working out. It's not working out. I have to say this. In the video, she was talking to two YouTubers. And I must say that I thought that they handled it perfectly. And the reason why I say that is because when you are in the midst of talking to someone who clicks on your live, you don't know what the fuck they gonna say. You don't know what they gonna say. You don't know how it's going to turn out. There were a lot of things that was disclosed during that YouTube video, and I thought that they handled it perfectly. You have one advocate on one side who has been married for years and talked about the struggles of being in a relationship. That YouTuber indicated that they're not the same person now that they were when they first got married. I thought that that was just like, what? You better say that. You better say that because it's the truth. The other person was trying to be neutral. That's hard. That is so hard because all of us tend to have preconceived notions about things until we get the whole thing. I thought that they handled that very well. I thought that they monitored the situation and they kept it where it wasn't just absolutely explosive. Kudos to both of them for handling that situation that way. Because having done this for years and having people pop up on your stuff, you don't know what the hell is going to come out of it. And I thought that it gave both of them to say what they, an opportunity to say what they were going to say, and they calmed down. So kudos to both of them for handling the situation with as much grace and consideration and compassion and empathy and sympathy as they could. Kudos to both of them because that was a hot mess. It was a hot mess. And I'm sure that they're going to look back at that and say, I wish I hadn't have done that. Because when you're arguing and you in the heat of the moment, and I think one of them said that, you say a lot of things when you're angry and you're mad and you're pissed off. But you disclose who you are too at your core. Because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. And so when your mouth is speaking, so I asked the question, wait a minute, let me make sure I finish this article. Oh, thank you, Bonnie, for the 4.99 super chat. Love you, Auntie. Thank you. Okay, try to make sure I ain't miss any more. Let me make sure I finish this out. Okay, so it says even though they previously reconciled after a brief split in January of 2020, the couple appeared to be on the verge of another split as of May 27th. However, they reconciled and were going strong again by Father's Day 2021. They said that TLC did not immediately respond to In Touch requests for comments. And if I was TLC, I wouldn't respond either. This did mess. This did messy mess mess. This did messy mess mess. Absolutely, Pam. I think so too. They will regret. Absolutely, they're going to regret it. You don't say things in anger. So my question to you all: who's a liar here? Tiffany, as a woman, I'm just going to say this and then I'm going to close. Do you? Ronald, as a man, do you? Now y'all got to do what y'all got to do. Y'all have these children who are in the middle of it. Try not to argue around your children. Ronald, you can't say anything to a child. Now, I know you don't know a lot about being a father, bitch, but you cannot say anything you want to a child. Those things are going to have lasting repercussions on that child. Allow Tiffany the space as a custodial parent to monitor the situation. I know what that means. I've been through that myself. I've experienced that with visitations and conversations, bitch, was supervised until he got to the place where he understood where I was and how it could have affected our child. It's not when parents do stuff like that, it's not um sometimes or all the time to hurt the other person. It's to maintain the mentality of the child. Stop lying, both of y'all. Let some time separate you and then come back together and do what's right for those children. Because at the end of the day, you have to do what's right when it comes down to the kids. I'm thankful for a lot of the moves that I made when I was raising my daughter. I'm very, very happy. Some people may not have understood, but I did. I knew what was best. And I knew that whatever move I made as an adult was going to have a lasting repercussion on her as a child. And so I wanted her to live a healthy life with her daddy and her mommy, coexisting and co parenting. That's what you want to come down to. You want to come down to the place where you can co parent. It can be done. I can't to judge the relationship. I can't because at the end of the day, I'm not a counselor. I'm a clinician. I'm not a therapist. I can't do any of that stuff. But for me, I say leave them alone, and I tell him leave her alone, especially when there are allegations of infidelity. When they pointing the fingers at each other to see who doing who. That's crazy already. So I'm going to look at some of you all. Unfortunately, been away. I think she does believe she is doing her best, even if she has to stay in this tumultuous relationship for TV to have money to support her children. Okay, thank you for your opinion. Thank you. She's collecting baby daddies. Oh, child. Ooh, you must don't like her, girl. I agree, Auntie. Go y'all separate ways. Co-parent for the kids respectfully. Absolutely. No, I'm not staying with you because we have kids together. We can co-parent my kids and I will be happier with me by myself. Absolutely. Sometimes it comes to that. Sometimes it comes to that. It was honestly some high school style teen drama. This couple is basically online dating, hooked up, had a baby, and went back to living like before. I agree. Any more comments before I end? It looks like there was one other super chat that came in. Thank you so much, Bonnie, for the 4.99 super chat. Love you, Auntie. Love you too. I thought I did see that. Thank you, Bonnie Boo. Thank you. So you all let me know down in the comment section what you think about this. I tried to come from different perspectives. I know it's a little different, right? I know people maybe, I just I want to be fair about the whole thing, but I'm not always right. Let me know down in the comments section what you think. Open my eyes up a little bit. Help me to be able to see this in a different way. We all bring different perspectives to the table, and they're all respected. Thank you to everybody who super chatted. Thank you so much to my moderators who kept the room nice and safe so that everyone could talk in a wonderful, safe environment. Love you all to pieces. And y'all, please have a good night. Love y'all. Talk to